Alright, I got me some orange juice. I'm gonna go back to playing Pokemon for the rest of the night. There's a couple of things I've been wanting to talk about, and I'm trying to get myself to an area where I can talk about it. I'm still not emotionally able to make quality content right now. I'm still having issues. I'm still feeling very, attacked and laughed at and lied about and just mm. And so sorry. Um and it was making me think, well, it's made me think of a lot of different things because they kept saying that they weren't trying to hurt me and they just needed to explain better about what they were doing. And that made me think of Larry Nasser when he was sexually molesting those gymnasts. He would get complaints and he would brush them off as saying, well, let me talk to the girls and explain to them what I'm doing so that they can understand that even though they feel like they're being molested, I'm not really molesting them because it's a medical procedure and they just need to understand. And it was a medical procedure that he kind of invented himself and no other doctor did, and it was definitely sexual molestation and abuse. And he fully believed, and for years it worked, that if he just explained it enough and the girls understood that even that they didn't feel what they felt, it would be fine. And that's a lot of what I feel like with these men, with them saying that they just need to explain it to me. Even though I clearly am upset, I clearly feel wrong, I clearly feel like, it's upsetting me. They'll say, no, we just need to talk to her and explain to her how even though she's very clearly upset, she's not really upset and it's not really our fault. And it's people have so much trouble comprehending pain that they don't feel themselves. Back during slave times, they didn't believe that black people felt pain the same way that white people did. It makes no sense. We're all human beings. But for a very long time, there was a widespread belief, even by doctors, that black people didn't feel pain. And there's a lot of belief now about mental illnesses, whether they're real or fake, whether, things that are for attention when they're very clearly not. But somebody can write it off as just being for attention because then they don't have to actually believe that that person is going through something. They can believe that it's all just an act. Just play. Because normal people don't act like that. But people who have a lot of mental issues sometimes do. I have a lot of mental issues. I've talked about it a lot on this channel. I have CPTSD, I have bipolar, I have borderline personality disorder, I have OCD. And I've been very open about all of that. So that's what, when people are coming and asking, well, why are you reacting this way? Why are you feeling this way? It is because of my mental health issues. I have mental health issues. I don't deal with things the same way that you do. And you believe that if you would deal with it differently, then I can. And so you can't let yourself believe that you're actually hurting me. And it's not just Royce and JJ. They're the ones that are putting me out there, but it's their subscribers that are coming to my channel and messing with me and calling me a murderer and making it obvious that they're just laughing at me. All I'm trying to do is live. That's it. I'm trying to build up my YouTube for my gaming so that I can make a little bit of money, so that I can pay bills, because I have bills now that I have a home. But I've never been So, like, I've never wanted thousands and thousands of subscribers. I only want to get up enough to where I can live stream so that I can get donations and I can live stream games. I I don't want to be famous. I just want to kind of exist. I do want to help people that have, because there's a lot of people that go through what I go through, and they're ashamed to talk about it because people make them ashamed to talk about it. People put so much stigma on mental health that others will spend years in misery and not seek help because they're afraid of what their friends or their family will think of them if they admit that they have problems and they might need medication and they might need therapists. It's okay to need medications. It's okay to need therapists and psychiatrists. It's not okay to make fun of people for needing those things. It's not okay to intentionally push somebody who you can tell is already being affected by what you're doing. I can't say anything now because they paid me to get to use my videos. So from here on they can use my videos and I just won't watch it. My viewers who have been here with me for a long time, you know that this is not going to be easy for me. But I want you to know that I am fighting and I am going to pull through this. March is hard for me every year. It's not always this hard. It seems like it is though, isn't it? Because last year around this time is when the phone calls started. It's like something always starts right when my mind becomes the most fucked. And people don't understand why March and February would be difficult for me. PTSD is literally the mind's inability to let go of something that happened. When my birthday rolls around, I start thinking about the murder a lot. I start having nightmares about it a lot more often. My body hurts. It's like part of me still feels like I am locked up in that house and having to lie and fight every day to stay alive. And I feel, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. Women might understand that PMS feeling that you get a couple of days before your period starts, when you really start realizing that you're feeling different. You're feeling kind of moody and angsty and crappy and everything gets on you. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's like this switch in your brain that gets switched and suddenly things that were fine yesterday are the most irritating shit in the world, and you just want to be alone in a dark room and cry or eat chocolate, and just you don't even fully understand why you feel that way. That's a little bit of what I feel like with my PTSD, with the anniversary reaction. When it gets triggered, I start feeling that way. I feel sad. I feel hopeless. I feel lost. I feel alone. I feel more irritated by things. Even like I'll find myself being irritated by the music that I'm listening to, even if it's music that I like, you know. And it's like there's this vibration in my body, and it's different than the vibration from just a couple of weeks ago. And I sound like a crazy person because there's so many people that they don't have PTSD to understand. They're just, you know, they think, well, oh, okay, well, so just don't be around any fireworks. But that's only PTSD that comes from war. Mine didn't come from a war. It came from being held captive for 5 weeks in a very small bedroom by a crazy man that had murdered somebody and buried her in the backyard. I don't know how else I can explain it. And that's only part of my PTSD. Anyways, I'm gonna go offline and play Pokemon and see. I gotta finish up with the Sylph Company, which is it's confusing because it's a big maze. And then I'm going to go on to do the gym. And I'm probably going to offline level up a couple of our weaker team members to get them to the point that they want to be. And I'm also planning to go back to the Pokemon fan club or the name raider, because I did not give a nickname to our oh god, what is it? Is it a Hitman Chan? I haven't even looked at it. Hitman Lee? I think it's Hitman Lee. I could not think of a name at the time to give it, but now I'm thinking of naming it Sergeant Bosco. So I'm gonna go to the Pokemon name raider. I'm gonna name it Sergeant Bosco, and we'll have a full team again. So, trying to think if there's anything else that I need to put in this video. I also got me some mango juice. I'm trying to get as much juices and fluids in me as I can to flush out the gluten, because I fucked myself up. I mean, I make bad choices when I get upset, especially when I'm suicidal, because I will hurt myself. And it's like, I want to hurt myself. I want to die. But at the same time, I don't. And I have to fight that. And that's why I wind up doing these other things that hurt me without actively killing me. But in the future, they would. Because if I continue to eat gluten, I'm going to continue getting sick. And it's going to fuck me up. I already know that. I did it so long before I knew that I was gluten intolerant that my hair was falling out. A lot of y'all aren't even going to remember that. That was 2 years ago almost. Maybe 3. So, I'm working on flushing my system out. I'm gonna go back to Pokemon. Things are gonna get back to normal. I'm not going to let them upset me anymore. They're gonna keep making the videos. I'm not going to watch them. I'm probably going to be turning the comments off of my videos for a little while so that their subscribers can't really say anything to me. And then that's how I'm gonna get through March. But, I want to thank my subscribers and my friends who have been here with me since the beginning. Well, at least for the past year. You know, Lindsay and Kate and all 3 Melissas. I love you guys. And it means so much to me that y'all are sticking with me through this insanity, because I know that I get crazy. I try not to. I try very hard to keep myself stable. But this time of the year, I have to be left alone in order to do that, because I stay close to the edge. I'm not meaning to, but my mind is close to the edge at all times in February and March.